Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks so much for sticking with us to the post-game interview. We are joined by the Rockin' Croc in the top lane, Maces. Thanks so much for joining us, my man. You have got a dope setup there at Briarcliff. Let me just say that. Is the team comfy?
Yeah, it's super comfy. We're enjoying the games.
Nice.
We're just having a blast. Yeah.
Nice.
And first question, Maces, right? I've been complimenting BCU's debut. I've been saying that you guys trade objectives very, very well. You guys are trading pressure along the map. Is that something you guys are always conscious of? Is that something your coach is always preaching? Like, where does that confidence and where does that like kind of split-second shot calling come from?
I think we're just a pretty vocal team. Everyone pretty much has a voice, so we're just like shouting out random stuff. And really just whoever's the loudest, that's what we go with. So,
Is that you, Maces? Are you the loudest?
sometimes it's me, sometimes it's someone else. It's just whoever has the strongest opinion.
Yeah.
And just stick with it.
Kind of talk us through game number one, sticking with and just not falling too far behind.
Yeah.
Despite falling a little and getting camped a little bit early on, a whole lot of Sejuani ganks headed up your way. What was kind of the mindset with you and the team to kind of work through that sort of issue and to kind of stay strong and still look for fights?
I think the biggest thing is game one, we were never really tilted game one. A lot of the plays they went for top were, I would say, unorthodox. And they didn't really get that much out of it. So they just kind of kept sending, and then I was still chilling in the side lane. I could still match Yone, Bramble, Radiant Virtue. Those are pretty good items. I feel like I could be 3k gold behind in that matchup and still outvalue in a team fight. So, yeah.
And Mac, I'm Maces' translator here. When he said unorthodox, he meant bad. I already know. He meant bad. He wanted to say it. It's okay, Maces. I understand. You got to be professional for BCU, but I get it. They were bad plays. Just say it loud and proud. They were inting that over there, sending so many resources your guys' way. And I kind of want to go to game two, right?
Yeah.
The shift in Mastermind. First he played the Yone, then he played the Singed. I mean, we talked about how it's hard for top laners to kind of make that shift.
Yeah.
In your mind, what were you thinking in that matchup? Oh man, this guy just played Yone, now he's going to take a Singed into me? What is your mentality going in? You just giving him the same amount of respect? Are you confident in your matchup knowledge? It looked like you really knew what to do against the Singed as Renekton. What was that?
Definitely I know how to play into Singed, and also just kind of I recognized in draft what my role was in that game. So even though he had the red side, or it was actually blue side, but even though he had the counter pick into me, I still felt really confident. And then kind of when I saw the way that he was playing the game, I was I think I'll be okay. Because I do think that the Singed can be very annoying to deal with. But he didn't get off many proxies. He didn't really pressure me that hard. So I felt pretty cozy in that matchup, honestly.
Yeah, cozy vibes for BCU. I want to take a step back a little bit from the game itself and just take a look at the program. How are you guys feeling joining the Midwest Esports Conference? And it's a dope setup that I can see on screen here. You don't get a lot of that at different universities. So how's the team been gelling? How are you guys feeling headed into the MEC season?
We're super excited to play. Personally, this is the first tournament I've ever played in. So I'm really excited to be playing competitive, having played League all these years. And I think the team is just super stoked that every weekend we get to throw down and play some good games.
Yeah, awesome. Love to hear it, man.
Well, Maces, the end of the interview section of this portion here. Do you have any shout outs, right? You can shout anybody out. Everybody's on, nobody's off limits here. You can shout out your mom, your dad, former President Barack Obama, whoever you want, dude. it's whoever you want.
Okay, I'll save the Barack shout out for another time. But yeah, shout out my team. Shout out, my family for being supportive. My dad, uncle, they were watching. That was really cool. Yeah, just had a lot of fun today. So
Dope, man. Looking forward to seeing y'all's faces around this whole league for the rest of the season. I think we've got a lot of fun action for the split planned out. Maces, thanks so much for joining us for the post-game interview, my man.
thank you guys for inviting me.
Alrighty, guys, that is going to do it for the first block of MEC matches today. We're going to go to